All right, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to make cloud eggs. And these are a great egg dish. Obviously Mother's Day is coming up, but these are also good for brunch. You may have seen these eggs before on maybe some Instagram. They were popular a couple years ago on social media because they're pretty cool looking once they get made. But super easy to make, fun way to impress your friends and family. So let's get into this and we'll show you how to make cloud eggs. Basically, we're gonna start off, you need a couple of eggs. So obviously, 2 eggs per person you can do. This is a great side dish for basically like your regular breakfast. So if you're wanting to have your hash browns and bacon, you make that on the side, but then you make these eggs separately. So we'll get into it. Fairly easy. First thing you do want to do though is you do want to separate the eggs. You want to separate the yolks from the white of the egg. So the best way to do that into your pot here is to get all the egg white out. Now you want to keep the yolk intact because we're going to be adding that back to the recipe later. What I find works well, you can use little cups to hold these, but if you do have a set of measuring cups, just hold that in there. That'll make it easy to put back in later when we have to set that back in. So we'll do the other one. Into the bowl. If you do happen to break the yolk, you're gonna have to just use another egg because you do have to have the yolks intact for this recipe to work. So we'll leave those on the side. And what we want to do now with the egg whites is whisk them up to basically a soft peak. So we're making meringue here basically. I've got the oven already heating up to 450. This is going to take the longest. You just want to whisk this until you get a soft peak. It'll usually take a few minutes. Now, if you are just doing a couple of eggs, it's easier just to do it in a bowl with your whisk instead of getting out the mixer. As you can see, it doesn't take too long. Bit longer. And we're almost there. And that's perfect. Good way to test if it's good enough. You can turn the bowl upside down. It's not going to drop out. You could actually hold it over your head if you were confident enough to do that. So there we go. So what we're going to do is spoon these out now onto a cooking sheet here, but you do want to spray this a little bit ahead of time so the eggs don't stick. So there we go. And then all you want to do, we've got 2 eggs here. We're going to spoon them out into 2 piles. Try and get them as even as you can. Like so. And then you can use a spatula to get all the egg out. There we go. Now into the pile, you do want to kind of push it down and make a little well for the yolk. What's going to happen, we're going to put the yolk in there. So we want a nice little well, little hole. Now the oven's preheated to 450. Like so. We're going to put this in the oven for about just before they start to turn brown. And then we're gonna take it out of the oven. We're gonna add the yolks to it, and then put it back into the oven for about another 3-4 minutes until the rest of it's gonna get a nice color onto it, and the yolks will cook as well. The yolks won't be like solid. They'll be like a nice running egg. So when you cut into it, it's gonna kind of run out everywhere. So perfect for. I'm gonna put it on a little piece of toast, which is great for this dish. But you could also do it like on with some ham and an English muffin to make kind of like an Eggs Benedict style. Would be really nice for these as well. So let's just we're gonna wait until these are done, and we'll be back as soon as they're 3 minutes in the oven. Okay, our cloud eggs have been in the oven for about 3 minutes, so I'm going to take them out. We're going to add the egg yolks. We're going to add the egg yolks, and then we'll finish off the cooking. So by putting them into these little measuring cups, they're just really easy to pour and put back in. They'll go in quite easily. Now I do like to put a little bit of, at this point, to season it up, a little bit of cracked pepper on top with the yolks. And then we're going to put them back in the oven for about another 3 minutes. So it only takes about 3 more minutes to cook. Now, if you do like your yolks a little bit more done or solid, you can put them in a bit longer. If you leave them in though too long, the egg white is going to burn. So ideally, you're going to want to leave your eggs a little bit runny, on the runnier side. So we've got a plate here for our breakfast. I did some piece of toast up, so we'll have some toast with this one. This recipe would also be really good. I did on my channel a recipe for a one pan skillet breakfast. Now, you could do that same recipe. I'll link it up above. You could do the same recipe, but omit the eggs and use this as the egg. Use this recipe for the egg portion, and then do the skillet and the rest into the oven, because the oven would be at the same temperature. You just have to adjust your timing a little bit to make sure that and you would have to do these cloud eggs last. But do the skillet part first. We're just gonna have a little plain toast. You could put some butter on there if you want. Like I said as well, it would do really good if you had an English muffin with some back bacon and ham. Now, if you are really wanting to get creative with the cloud eggs, we're doing them plain here. You can also, after you've whisked the egg whites up, it's nice if you add a little bit of fresh grated Parmesan cheese would be nice in there. Not too much, because you don't want it to, you want to still be able to kind of melt a little bit. You can also add some chopped ham if you want it into the egg mixture. Don't use bacon. I find bacon is a bit too greasy, and it will cause the eggs to fall. So you don't want to add too much stuff into that mixture, just because the eggs are quite delicate. But a few pieces of ham would be nice, possibly even some green onion, and cheese is also good as well. So it gives you some options there. It's also great if you wanted just to sprinkle something on top afterwards. You could do some fresh chives on top. You can do, you could even do some chopped bacon bits on top, would be nice as well if you didn't want to put it into the mixture. So we're almost done. Let me just quickly check them here. They really don't take long. Once the longest part of it is really just whisking the eggs up. That's the most tiring part. After that is done, it's just into the oven. Now, these are a dish that you can't do ahead of time. You have to do it last minute. If you whisk up the eggs and were to leave it on the side, it is going to fall down again. So, and it just doesn't whisk back up again the same once it's been done once. So you really want to do these just before you're going to be cooking them and before you're going to be eating them last minute. So just something to keep in mind of when you're making your breakfast and brunch. gonna need about 1 more minute, then we'll put one on the plate here and we'll take a look and have a taste. And then before we do finish up, thanks everybody for joining and watching this recipe on cloud eggs. If you are new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect time when we're waiting for this to cook. Just go down and hit the subscribe button. I do post videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday recipes. A lot of times we'll do live streams as well for dinner. And you can check out some neat recipes, some appetizers, some quick dinner ideas on the channel. I'd have a lot of videos in the back catalog, so by all means check that out as well. But again, do subscribe so you don't miss out. Hit the notification bell, that way you'll get notified when I do post new videos and new premieres. And if you did like this video and you want to try this, make sure you do hit the thumbs up. And I encourage you, try the recipe out, and if you do like it, come back and leave a comment. Let me know how it turned out. So I've got my fork ready here, and we're going to give this a try because it's ready. So puffs up. You can kind of see that puffs up really nice. Egg is still, it is going to be a bit runny, but you can almost pick these up with your hands, but they are warm, so you're going to want to use a spatula. So we can put one on top of the toast. Kind of neat looking actually when you get clear that off. So we've got one here. Now I do like to. It's nice with a little bit of smoked paprika on top of your egg. So I'm going to have a little bit of that before I give it a taste. Just a little drizzle. And I'll show the camera so everybody can take a look. Hopefully you can get a good shot of that. It's cloud eggs. Super easy to make. Got to try it out for your next breakfast or brunch. Perfect for Mother's Day coming up. This is something that kids can do. Pretty easy. Keep them busy for a little bit, whisking the eggs as well. So hopefully you'll try it out this weekend. Let's just give it a taste and we'll see how it is. So egg runny. It's almost like an eggs, almost kind of like eggs Benedict, I guess would be the style. Runny in there. It's nice with toast because the toast will suck up all the egg, the nice egg yolk, and then the puffy egg white is good as well. Let's give it a taste. It's good. Fun treat. Cloud eggs. There we go. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I have lots of videos again, like I said, but until my next video, you can check out these ones. Have a great day and have a great Mother's Day brunch this weekend.